This is the Ms.FitVegan podcast, episode 79. It should be 69, but okay. Guys, this is going to be a quick one too. We're going to do a quickie, okay? This is the episode where you learn how to give the perfect blowjob. Yeah, that's right. I know. What does this have to do with Ms.FitVegan? Well, guess what? Sex is a big part of life. It's a beautiful, amazing, incredible experience that you deserve, boo. You deserve. I don't think there's any higher vibration than an orgasm, right? Am I right, Jess?
I believe you're right. You said my name.
Oh, I mean, Mess. Wait, we weren't going to know your voice. Okay, we're not. Okay, never mind. I thought we were being honest and authentic. Our honest, authentic self. Okay. So, all right, I'm just going to be honest, guys. This is quite embarrassing for me to admit, but I promised myself that I would be honest in all interactions. That means in my personal life, in my professional life, and in my podcast life. I don't know how to give a blowjob. And just that was not just, that was the sound effects that I added to the podcast. I have given them, but I'm going to be honest. It was only to one person in my whole life. And he didn't come into my mouth. And I didn't know how to do that. I never learned. I've seen porn. I've read books. But I never had a mentor in my life that I have now. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm bringing her on as a special guest. Please welcome. What was your fake name? Veronica. Please welcome Veronica Blowjob Lakes.
What? Hello.
Okay, let's be real here. So I was just talking to Veronica about how do you make a guy come in your mouth? I want to do that, but I don't know how. And she was telling me that her ex trained her for 6 months. Guys, you want to get good at something, you put in the reps. That's it. You want to know how to pick out fruit? Put in the reps. You want to learn how to drive? Drive. You want to learn how to give blowjobs? Give some blowjobs, boo. Okay, so Veronica, what are some tips and tricks that you can use that you help women know in order to please their partners?
Okay, so I am going to just jump right in. From what I've been taught and from the feedback I've received, this is the best technique that you can use.
I'm on the edge of my seat here. This is incredible.
When wanting to please your partner in this way. So whether you're right-handed or left-handed, you want to keep your dominant hand on top, the other hand at the base. So your hands are together, but they're both on the shaft, and you're going to have a firm yet somewhat loose grip. So you want it to be firm but gentle, and you want to have a lot of lubrication. Your saliva is ideal.
So okay, I have questions already. By the way, you promised we're gonna do this on fruit, right? Because I don't have another way. I'm gonna have to put in the reps with fruit. Okay, so am I supposed to spit on my hands or on his penis?
Great question. Okay, so the best way to go about getting the saliva that you need is by
put it in your mouth.
Yes. So you want to, this is the quickest and the easiest way. You want to basically just, I'm going to say this as the least vulgar way that I can. You want to shove it to the back of your throat so that you're almost choking on it. So then the saliva that you need is produced, and then you can use that to lubricate your hands.
Okay, let's stop right there. First of all, can you shut the AC off? Because the ambiance. Thank you, boo. It's getting good, so I want them to enjoy it. Now, okay, gently shove it to the back of your throat. I can do that. I don't really love the sensation of throwing up, though. Is there a way that I can do that without it touching that part of the back of my throat? You know what I'm saying? That little thing that if you touch it, it makes you kind of gag. Are you gagging when you do this?
Yeah, that's the goal.
Oh, no. The goal is to gag?
Well, in the beginning, yes, because that's another way that your partner is pleased by that, by the action, by the noise. This makes your partner feel like they are very big, which makes them feel good about themselves, which helps them produce testosterone, which builds up their ego.
So every time you give a blowjob, you're gagging?
In the beginning, you would like to, and then throughout it, if it feels right.
I thought you meant in the beginning of the relationship.
Well, however it flows.
You meant in the beginning of the blowjob. Thank you. Okay.
Right.
Okay, so if I just have to gag once.
Sometimes it depends on if you produce the saliva you needed, but
I'll have to practice.
Yes, like anything, you need to put in the reps, like you were saying.
He needs to stay hard, and you need to put in the reps. Okay, so it's all about Goggins mentality. So now, so I'm choking. Okay, first step is I'm choking. Okay, what's the next step? I mean, obviously, I've given a blowjob before, but what are the training tips and tricks that you have learned?
So now that you have the saliva and it's lubricated, after you do the gagging and you have the saliva, you can take your mouth off and use your hands the way that they're positioned. I'm just going to say the right one is on top. And as you're keeping that firm yet gentle grip, you want to turn your wrists. So you're turning your hands as you're moving them up and down at the same time. So you're moving them together and turning at the same time.
Thank you, Jess. Your ex trained you. Have you done this exact technique on other men?
Oh, yes.
And it's worked every time?
Yes.
Just checking. Okay, continue.
So then you want to add your mouth back into the mix, and you just want to keep that rhythm going of twisting your hands as you're moving them up and down. And
can you hold the phone? I want to practice.
And your mouth
like
is moving.
Wait, mouth
with it.
So I'm going this way, and then my hands go this way.
No, you want it to be together. So
like that.
A way to...
I pray somebody's looking at us.
We're
parked, guys. I pray somebody's looking in the window.
A way to do this is to keep your lips glued to your top hand. So it'll be your right hand in the example.
Oh, that's a good one. Yes.
So keep that way you're keeping the rhythm there, and you're keeping your mouth with your hands. And that's how you want to keep going for several minutes, and then you want to add in some other spice and some other tricks.
Okay, that's what I want. What are the spice and tricks? Like cayenne, smoked paprika? Like what spice?
Yeah, okay. So you want to take...
Oh, I know what you're going to say. Am I putting like my hands in their like butt? I don't want to do that.
You don't have to do that.
Okay. I don't want to do that.
I'm not sure if you heard Jeanette, but she asked about putting your hands in their butt. I've actually never put my hand in a butt.
Oh, just your tongue. Yeah. Just your foot? What? Just your earlobe? What have it?
So, I'm going to get back to the... So, you're going to take your left hand and you're going to hold his balls and massage them.
I can do that.
Yes.
I have done that. Yes.
While you're still moving your right hand.
At what point, so do you... Okay. I don't have a lot of experience. That's why I'm learning. I know that guys like when you... Should I stop at some point and then, like, put them in my mouth?
Yeah, so you can stop.
How do I know when I should be stopping? Or I should just keep going because of, like, the motion?
So it's, like, a great mixture between it's like you're working almost. Like, you have to stay focused.
It's called a job for a reason. Ladies, it's a job for a reason.
But you also want to, like, you don't want to be doing this with anybody but your partner who you actually, like, love and care about, and, you have this connection with. So you let that kind of take over, and that drives you, and that kind of leads you, and and lets you know when it's the right time to do this or that. So you want to pay attention to that, but at the same time, stay a little bit analytical about it so that you're not doing the same thing for 5 minutes straight. And at that point, it just becomes like annoying or doesn't feel good.
Can I say something? You just inspired me to think of something real quick. Wow. So I'm honest on this podcast, guys. I've only had sex with 2 people. So I don't have experience. But tell me this if this is right or wrong, Jess. I swear I can tell who is a good lover by how they can pay attention in conversation. Yes or no? Because, for example, like, I hate to do this, but Brad Yates yesterday during our conversation, and you also, Jessica, I could tell you're good in bed. Here's why. Because you can tell when somebody wants to talk. You pay attention to the signals that other people are giving you. Is this correct? Is there any correlation?
I'm not sure that I could speak on that.
Yeah. I don't know. It hit me for a second because I do a lot of interviews, and I noticed some people they have no sense of awareness and no sense of like when the other person has something to say, or when the other person like wants to like interject. And like Brad knew when he was aware. Just self-awareness is so key, right. I think, when it comes to sex, and like just picking up the cues and the signals of non-verbal communication.
Yes.
That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah. Okay. So, and what are these spicy things that you speak of? So balls in your mouth.
Mm-hmm. Another one that is a great.
Do you suck the balls? Do you lick them? Do you do both? How do you know what guys like?
It depends on the size, and it also depends on what he does like. So
wait, do some guys have really, really big balls?
Sure.
Like how big?
I'm not sure.
Like seeded watermelon big?
I don't know about that, but you definitely want to talk to your partner and find out what he does like.
Find out how big his balls are before you... No, just kidding. Some guys have really tiny balls?
Yeah.
What's the smallest?
I don't know. I'd have to...
Like the size of a quarter?
I'd probably have to Google it. I don't know the smallest in the world.
I don't want to Google this. But not the smallest in the world, the smallest you've encountered. What's the biggest you've encountered? Like a lemon?
I don't want to...
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just have questions. Okay, and last thing, because people obviously they want this to be the longest podcast possible, but what is like the last tip that you can give us to help us have a better experience with our partners?
Okay, so the last little tip I'll give you involves the tip, and that would be to take your tongue and move it around the ridge of the tip. So there's the head of the penis and there's that ridge. Just take the tip of your tongue and move it slowly around. And you also want to flick the end of your tongue over the end of the penis.
Oh, wait a minute. What does flick mean?
Just kind of move it like sharp and quick over the tip.
Can you do it?
Like...
Oh, okay. Like
a quick lick.
Yes. Okay, well, some of these things, yeah, I mean, I've done that unconsciously. But, wow. I need to, I don't know, I just need more experience. Because it's very hard to do. I mean, you got trained. So that's really nice. And how did he because there's one guy listening to this podcast, how did he approach that? Being like, I'm going to train you to, like, how did he approach that subject?
Well, it was great because he was my boyfriend. That happened very quickly after we met. So in the beginning, I guess, I wasn't very good. I had to learn. And
did he say that?
I don't think he told me I wasn't very good, but I think that he put it in a way where, like, I could improve. And I'm, very into self-development and bettering myself.
I'm so curious how he said it, because there's some guys out there that are probably wanting to say that, but it's such a touchy subject.
Mm-hmm. Right. See, I don't think I remember exactly how he said it, so because it probably wasn't very harsh, it wasn't anything that was, ingrained in my mind, so I'm sure it was a soft delivery, which is the way it should be.
Yeah.
If any woman listening, if your man speaks like, down on you or harsh in that way, that's definitely a sign to walk away. But yeah, as far as that goes, I wasn't good myself, and so it was great to have that opportunity with someone I loved and I trusted, and he could stop me and correct me and tell me, oh, that's too tight, or that's, like, do this instead. So yeah,
that's what I want, and I think that's what we all deserve and want. A partner that in a loving way communicates what they like and what they don't like, and that's what we need to do as women. I did a whole episode on this, Jess.
Yeah.
Did you hear that episode? It was about sex and how the only way you're going to have amazing sex is to learn how to lovingly communicate before, during, and after sex with your partner. And for those of us who have been in toxic relationships, we might not even know what loving communication is. And so that's why we need sexperts like Veronica. And so, I hope that we will continue this. This has been very interesting and amazing. And I have many more questions, but we'll leave you guys wanting more. And thank you so much. Anything else you want to say?
Thank you for having me, and I would love to hear any feedback through Jeanette's channels, if what you thought about this.
DM me on Instagram with I guess there's no subject in a DM, but DM me and let me know what you think of episode 79, the blowjob episode. Thank you guys so much. Thank you, Veronica.
Thank you.
Bye.